guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to film a look for you guys using the Sigma Creme De Couture palette. Ooh, I said that super weird. Couture. This palette is super beautiful and has a ton of super bright colors in it. So I wanted to do a super fun, bright look for you guys, which I feel like I totally achieved with the look that I did here. It is like a very fun look. Kind of reminds me of a unicorn. Okay, and then today's Bible verse comes from 1 Peter 1:6, and it says, "Be truly glad, there is wonderful joy ahead." So if you're someone that is struggling right now with having joy in your life, if you're not feeling very happy, very joyous, then don't worry, there is joy in the future. Set your mind on things above, on happy things. Think about life with the glass half full instead of half empty. That's not to say people don't have problems. I don't want people to ever think like, she's just excusing my problems. I still have problems. Like, yes, we still have problems. All I'm saying is that take a second today and try to look at the better side of things and not focus on the bad, because there is joy ahead if we switch our mindset to think in a joyful way. Also, don't forget to go follow me over on Instagram. My name is @MaloneMUA, just like here on YouTube. I'm currently doing the 100 Days of Makeup Challenge, and I would love if you would come join me and hang out with me while I do 100 days. I am at day 70 today while I'm filming this, and so 20 more people. We have 20 more, and then we're done. And let me just say, I will never do this again, but I think I'm gonna do a video like after it's all over. I just tell you guys like my experience with doing the 100 days of makeup. So I think that'll be a super fun like video, because I'll be able to tell you guys everything that I felt going through it. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that in 20 days. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.
And subscribe to my channel, be my friend. Subscribe to my channel until the end. Subscribe!
And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this super bomb, colorful unicorn look. Okay guys, so like I said, we are going to be going in with the Sigma Brushes Creme De Couture palette today. So I think I'm going to go for more of like a cool blue greenish color. So as you can see, here's the palette. I'm probably going to stick to like this bottom row here and maybe like this one a little bit. I don't know. I'm kind of just going to play with it as I go along. But I wanted to use this palette today because I have never used it before. Actually, I used it a little bit in my look that I did yesterday with like all the blue. But I haven't done a look that's like super colorful, especially filming. I haven't filmed a super colorful look for you guys, so I wanted to do one today. So yeah, first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to be going in with the Sigma Tapered Blending E35 brush, and it looks like this. This is just a really good brush for your crease. And for this look, I wanted to kind of do the same shape as I did in a previous look that I put on my Instagram probably like 2 weeks ago. It was like an all matte, like blown out kind of a look. And I was super obsessed with it. And so that's the look that I'm kind of going for. So I'm going to be going in with this color, and I'm actually going to go in first with the, ooh, shoot girl, what do we want to do today? I think I'm going to be going in with Blueberry Cream, which is the shade right here, second from the top. And I'm just going to tap that brush in, and I actually think I'm going to use the mirror on this palette. I love when palettes have mirrors like this because I feel like I can like hold them up and see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to be going in with that Blueberry Cream. I will say that with this palette, the shadows are super pigmented, which is really nice, but they do have quite a bit of fallout. I don't know if you can see like the fallout that's happening kind of just in the palette, but I figure that it would have like fallout because they're so pigmented and because they're such bright colors. So that's not really a surprise to me. And if the shadows work, then I'm kind of okay with the fallout. So like I said, I'm just gonna go in with that color, and I'm just gonna start buffing this into the crease. And I like to, when I first do, like especially with bright colors in my crease, I like to just pack it onto my lid before I start really blending. And I actually learned this from watching videos by Stacey Marie MUA. She is an Instagrammer and she is incredible at makeup. And from watching a bunch of her videos, I've noticed that she doesn't do a whole lot of like blending. She does a lot of like packing shadows in and just lightly like pushing in certain areas and like really lightly working the shadow in. And so I've kind of started to do that more, and I really like the way it makes my shadow like super blended. So I'm also just going to drag this blue out a little bit. Not a ton, I'm just using a tiny bit of product on the brush and going back and forth in that crease. And I want this to be kind of blown out, but we are going to go in with like a bright yellow color more in the crease because I want it to kind of fade out into this like bright yellow. So I'm just first going in with this color and I am dragging that color out. And you are going to have fallout with these colors just because, like I said, they are powdery. Okay, cool. So now that we have that like super soft blue color in the crease, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the shade Blue Chocolate. It's like chocolate, but it's missing an E at the end of chocolate, so it's chocolate. And that one is just this bottom shade in the palette. And I'm going to take that on that same brush and I'm just going to deepen up what we just did. Okay, so the next color that I'm going to go in with, now that I have that crease deepened up a little bit, I think I want to go in with the shade Lavender Honey, and it's just this really pretty like bright neon pink purple shade. And I wasn't really going to go in with a bright shade like this in the crease, but I just think it would be really pretty. And then I'm going to deepen up a little bit more with the dark purple shade in this palette. So I'm just going in with a Sigma Blending E25 brush, which is my favorite brush of all time. I literally use this Sigma brush every single day of my life. It is incredible. So I already put the shadow on it, but as you can see, it's just like a super like perfect, I don't know, blending brush, but it's pinched right here. And so it's perfect to get like right into that crease. This brush is so bomb. Like I am telling you, you need this brush in your collection. So I'm going in with that Lavender Honey, just dipping in and then tapping off the excess, and I'm going to take that right into the crease. I'm going to keep it a little bit lower than the blue because I still want to be able to see the blue. Like I want it to be like a deep purple to a pink to a blue and fade into a yellow. Okay, so as you can see, I just went in and placed that Lavender Honey right in the crease, right below that blue. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with a little bit of that blue, and I'm just going to go right over the top of it just to smooth out any harsh edges between that purple and that blue, because I really want them to kind of like fade together. Also, for looks that are super colorful like this, you will have to blend a lot more than a normal eye look, like if you're using just like browns and neutral shades, because with bright colors like this, for some reason, it's a little bit harder to get them to like blend together really seamlessly. So if you are planning on doing like a super colorful look, just be prepared to blend until you bleed. Okay, so I'm liking how it looks right now. I feel like it has that really pretty like purple gradient into the blue. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm just going to deepen that crease a little bit. And I'm going to be using the shade, I think this is Cassis. They have some funky names. This is the shade Cassis right here, and it's a very deep purple, like deep electric purple color. And I'm just going to go in with a Sigma Blending E36 brush. I just received this brush recently as well, and it is just a really tiny little blending brush. I absolutely freaking love this brush. This brush is so good. If you are wanting to like really deepen the crease and get like a deep shade on it and just bring it right in that crease but not blow it out too far, this brush is everything. So I'm just going to go in with that shade. I think it's Cassis on that brush, and I'm just going to tap off that excess, and then I'm going to take that right into the crease and really deepen it up. And I'm just going back and forth in windshield wiper motions to do this. Okay, so you can totally see the difference between this eye and this eye. This one has that bright electric purple in the crease, and I am going to go in and deepen it up even more, but it just helps to add like that super electric bright but depth in the crease. Okay, so now that I have that super electric purple color in the crease, I'm just going to go back in with a tiny bit of that Lavender Honey on that Sigma Blending E25 brush, and I'm going to go over the edge where it meets kind of the bluish shade. I'm just going to blend this out so it's all super seamless. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with that blue shade, the Blueberry Cream mixed with the Blue Chocolate on the Sigma Tapered Blending E35. And I'm just going to, again, slightly, just like very, very lightly, go over the top of that. I'm like barely touching my brush to my eye right now. Okay, so like I said, I want to go in with like a bright yellow shade above that blue shade. So the next thing that I'm going to go in with is the shade Meyer Lemon, and it is right here in the palette. And I'm going to take that on a Vasanti Contour number 4 eyeshadow brush. Looks like this. It is just a very little pinched kind of blending brush. And I'm just going to dip into that Meyer Lemon. This shade is very, very powdery. So, but yellows might be really hard to not make powdery. Holy moly, this is powdery. Like, I don't know if you can see all this, but it's like I dip in and then I tap off and then there's no more color on the brush. Well, we're gonna try to go in with it anyways, and I'm just gonna take it right above that blue shade and blend that right into the crease. Okay, so with this shadow, you can't tap any of the excess off. You have to dip in, get it like super powdery, and then apply it to your eye in order to get pigmentation. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do, now that I have that yellow down, I'm going to go in with another Sigma E25 blending brush. This one is clean and has no product on it, and I'm just going to blend really lightly underneath my brow bone, just to kind of blend out that yellow so it's not so like harsh exactly where it is. Okay, so I'm really liking how this look is turning out. I don't know if you can see from like the camera, but from what I see, it's like a super bright neon purple to like a bluish, and then to a green, and then to a yellow color. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I want to deepen up that crease even a little bit more. So I'm going to go in with the shade Elderberry, and it's like this super deep shade right here. It's like a deep purple, mauve-y purple color. And I'm going to take that on the Sigma Blending E36 brush, because I don't want this to be like super dark. I just want like a little bit of depth in the crease. And I'm going to take that right into that crease. Okay, so now that I have that part of my shadow done, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and cut the crease. And to do this, I'm going to be going in with the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair Neutral, and then a Sigma Cream Color E58 brush, which looks like this. This is my favorite brush for cutting the crease. It makes it super easy to do so. So basically, I'm just going to take that on that flat brush, load it up with some concealer, and then I'm going to go in and cut out that crease. And I'm not going to drag out that cut crease. I'm just going to bring it right to this part of my eye. So it starts here, it ends here. I'm just going to round it around like a half moon. And I always too, whenever I cut the crease, I always make it cut to where if I'm looking like this, I can still see it, because I have a tiny bit of a hood on my eyes. And so I want to bring up that cut crease a little bit further so that when I'm looking straight on, you can still see the cut above, if that makes sense. So now that that crease is cut to perfection, I'm going to go in with the Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep looking up because I don't want it to like get messed up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with that Meyer Lemon shade, which was the shade that we used in our Berry crease. And I'm going to pack that on the like inner third of my eye. And as you can see, I'm just pressing, I'm not like moving back and forth, I'm just lightly pressing this in. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's going to help to really set that concealer, and it's also going to give you the best color payoff. Okay, so as you can see now, that inner corner of my eye is like bright neon yellow. So now I'm just going to tap off that brush a little bit, and I'm going to go in with the next shade. So the next color that I'm going to go in with is that really pretty blue shade. I'm going to mix that blueberry cream with that blue chocolate, basically just taking the same colors that we did in our crease, and we are now putting them on our lid. And I'm going to pop that right in the center. And I just lightly am tapping that over the yellow that we put down, because I just want them to blend together really seamlessly and like go from yellow to blue to that purple shade. Okay, so as you can see, now that blue shade is down, it goes from that yellow to that blue. Next thing that we're going to do is we are going to go in with that Lavender Honey, and I'm going to use this on the outer part of my eye. And I'm just going to push this in just like I did with the other ones. And then after I put that shade down, I'm going to go in with the Cassis shade, which was that deep purple. I'm going to put that down right over the top of it. And then I'm just going to go in, after I've tapped off like most of the stuff off that brush, I'm going to go a little bit in more with that blue, and I'm going to tap that again in the center to blend it together with that purple shade. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with that really little baby brush, the Sigma Blending E36, and I'm going to go in with that really deep elderberry shade. And I am just going to use this and pack that onto that outer corner right over the top of the two purples that we just put down. Okay, so as you can see, this eye is now complete with all the colors all over it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'll go in and finish the other eye because it clearly is not done yet. And then I will be back to show you guys the next step. Okay, so now as you can see, both eyes are done and they have that super pretty, it's almost like a unicorn look. Like I feel like my eyes look like total unicorn status right now, but I'm loving it. I'm living for it. So now I'm going to go in and do some color on my lower lash line and kind of bring the whole look together. I think I'm just going to match exactly what I did on the top, on the bottom. I don't want to get too crazy with this look. So first I'm going to be going in with a Sigma Blending E25 brush, and I am just going to take that Meyer Lemon color and I'm going to run that underneath my lash line. Okay, so now that I have that yellow on my lower lash line, I'm just going to be going in with the mixture of the Blueberry Cream and the Blue Chocolate. And I'm taking this just on a e.l.f. professional eyeshadow brush. It's just like this little packing brush. And I'm just going to get the end of it, a little bit of that blue on the end of it. And then I'm going to run that underneath my lash line as well. And as you can see, I'm dragging it out as well to meet up with that shadow that was on the upper lid. And then of course, to finish it off, I'm going to go in with a mixture of the Lavender Honey, the Cassis, and the Elderberry from that palette. Just taking all three of these, and then I'm taking this on a Sigma Smudge E21 brush, just this little tiny baby brush, and I'm going to keep this closest to my waterline. And I'm also only going to put that on my outer corner. I'm not going to bring it all the way in. Okay, so eyeshadow is done. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and add a little bit of eyeliner. I'm not going to do a wing. I just want to do a thin line on my waterline just to make it so like you can't see the fake lashes as well. I always do this. I don't know how people wear fake lashes without doing like a little bit of black liner on their lid. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's really tough for me. So I always go in and just make sure that I do this before I pop on lashes. So I'm using the Urban Decay Perversion. And this is just a little waterproof fine point eye pen, and I love this eyeliner. I usually use this if I'm just doing a line on my lid. If I'm doing a wing, I will go in with a gel liner just because it's easier for me. But this one I really, really love for just like tight lining the eye. Okay, so we have the eyeliner down, and now I'm going to go in with the Smashbox X-Rated Mascara. This is my favorite mascara of all time, and I am just going to go in and quickly coat my lashes. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Cocoa Lashes in Baby G. These are super pretty lashes. I actually just bought them. I've never worn them before, so this is going to be the first time. But I really like these because they are very full and fluffy, but they also have that like short to long kind of a thing going on, which will be really nice for the winged out like shadow look that we have going on as well. Okay, and then while I am waiting for my lashes to dry, because I usually let them dry for quite a while before I put them on, just so they can get super tacky, I'm going to be going in with the Sigma Chroma Glow palette. So freaking beautiful. And I am just going to use this to highlight my face because, as you can tell, I have no highlight on so far. I wanted to wait so that I could use this palette on my video so I can show you guys how bomb this palette is. So you get 6 shades. I'll show you right here. You get 6 different highlight shades. Of course, these 3 on the bottom can be used as blushes and these 3 as highlights. They all can be used as eyeshadows if you would like to use them as eyeshadows as well. I'm going to be going in with the top 2 colors, which are Peaceful and Ambrosia, and I'm taking that on a Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter FO3 brush. This is my favorite highlighting brush, and I am just going to tap into those 2, and then I'm going to tap off a little bit and highlight my cheekbones. Ooh, girl. Yes, honey. They're such like a pretty like glow, but they're also like kind of subtle. It's not like a super blinding. It's like a subtle blind. if that makes any sense whatsoever. And then I also will drag it up just a tiny bit on the side of my brow, but only when there's like barely any product on. I don't want to like super highlight that part of my face. And I'm also going to take it on my Cupid's bow and on my chin a little bit, and then also on my nose, a little bit on the bridge, and then really highlight the tip of my nose. I love a good highlight on the tip of the nose. And then with like no product left on that brush, I'm just going to pull my hair back and I'm going to slightly run this over the center of my forehead just to give that like super pretty sheen on the forehead, but not make it like super blinding. Now I'm going to go in and I'm just going to pop on those lashes that we had that were waiting to be popped on. Okay guys, so I decided to switch up the lashes. I did not like those lashes that I had on, so I decided I'm going to go in with the Cocoa lashes in Queen Bee. My ride or dies, they never fail me, so I had to stick to what I knew. Those ones, they just were not, I don't know, they like were not wanting to like lay on my eye correctly. So I'm going to try out the Cocoa lashes in Queen Bee and see if these ones will. They probably will because these lashes always work. Bomb. Bomb! Yes, come through, Queen Bee. See, these ones, they look perfect and they fit to my eye perfect, and what could be better? You can never go wrong with Cocoa lashes and Queen Bee. Seriously. Okay, so I'm loving how this look is like coming together. Everything looks so bomb. I'm like obsessed. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I want to do like a super bright, fun color on the lip too. But first I'm going to be going in, ooh, this is not the one that I wanted. Hold up. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do for the lips is I'm going to go in with the... Anyways, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Purely Nude lipstick. It looks like this. It is a super bomb nude lip. It's like my favorite nude lip of all time. So I'm first going to go in and just put that on my lips. Okay, so I'm kind of living for the nude lip. I don't know. I'm going to try out the Sigma gloss that I was wanting to use, but we might end up taking off the gloss and just sticking with this like super pretty nude lip because I live for nude lips. Nude lips are life. So I'm going to try out this gloss. I've worn it before, but I wanted to try it out for this look just because I feel like it would be like another fun pop of color. This is the Sigma Lip Eclipse in She Knows the Ropes. Super bright coral, really fun shade. So I'm just going to take that and put it right over the top of that nude lip. My neighbor likes to go outside and vacuum the leaves in front of his door. I live in an apartment and he likes to vacuum the leaves up. Why are you vacuuming up the leaves? More are gonna blow in. So I don't know. I don't know if I love this lip color or if I liked it how it was just nude. I think that I'm like okay with how it is now. I don't love it. I don't hate it. So I'm probably just going to leave it like this. But I'm going to go and do some finishing touches and make myself look better. Okay guys, and that is all that I have for you for this video. I hope you would love how this makeup look turned out. If you try to recreate it, don't forget to tag me in it. I would love to see if you guys try to recreate this, even if you do different colors and don't do it as bright. If you just overall like try to do this like super smoked out, blown out, winged cut crease with like all the matte like shades, tag me in it. I would love to see your recreations. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video, and I gotta go catch my plane to Arizona. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye. I'm going to Arizona to see my BFF. I'm going to Arizona. I leave in 2 hours. I leave in 2 hours to go to Arizona.